Thank you. After Roe v. Wade was overturned, families in Georgia filing taxes were expecting a child will now have a little extra money because of changes to the state's tax code. But it is not as straightforward as many claim your money may seem to be. CBS 46's Crystal Bowie live in Atlanta to explain the new changes. Crystal.
Sean, a lot of changes coming ahead, and while it is tempting to try and save the hundreds of dollars by claiming your unborn child on the taxes, it's having to provide proof of pregnancy that may end up being the problem. Any unborn child with a detectable human heartbeat is now considered a person in Georgia. And that means taxpayers may claim the $3,000 dependent personal exemption, generally around the 6-week mark of pregnancy. But the process won't be that easy, and that's because the Department of Revenue says they can ask for any relevant medical records or supporting documentation to prove the pregnancy.
The area becomes very gray because at the same time, we are obligated to protect a patient's HIPAA rights. As far as what's happening with the pregnancy, the dating of the pregnancy.
OBGYN physician Dr. Tasha Rogers says this is an invasion of patient privacy.
For me to actually have to go into detail about your medical history or what specifically is happening with someone who's not a healthcare provider, I think it is absolutely ridiculous, especially any state department or any governmental department about a tax break. I think it is insane.
It's also unclear what records could be used as proof.
Would that be simply, a home pregnancy test, or would that have to be a test provided by a physician or even an ultrasound?
The Department of Revenue hasn't specified. Accounting professor Karen Seditol says it's a problem because not every person has equal access to reproductive care.
And of course, it's going to be dependent on a woman's health care plan that they happen to be on. And so we know there's a lot of variation across different populations and the kind of access to health care.
It's important to remember this is a tax exemption and not a tax break, which means you can deduct that $3,000 from your overall taxable state income. Seditol says it would come out to be a few $100s in savings depending on your income bracket. And this applies to anyone who's expecting a child after July 20th of this year. I did reach out to the Department of Revenue to ask what would count as proof of pregnancy. They said they would be releasing more information later on this year. Reporting live in Atlanta tonight, Crystal Bowie, CBS 46 News.